everybody, it is Thacia here with Legacy of Light in conjunction with One Love Wellness Center here in Menasha, Wisconsin, coming to you for one of my 365 days from my heart to yours. And I just wanted to share a little bit with you from Inner Engineering a Yogi's Guide to Joy by Sadhguru. And it is about devotion, dimensional shift. And he writes, most people live cautiously, measuring out their love and joy in sparing doses for fear that it will run out. The most generous way to live is to set an example for the rest of the world by living life full throttle and beyond all limitations. If you are so stingy that you cannot love, laugh, or live totally, you are what we in India term as kanjus, or a miser on all levels. Devotion means you are not a kanjus. You are full of juice. A devotee is someone who seeks to explore and experience life as fully as possible. Devotion is not an act. It is not directed towards one thing or another. The object of devotion is immaterial. It is just that with devotion you have dissolved all the resistance in you so that the divine can transpire as effortlessly as breath. The divine is not an entity sitting up there. It is a living force in every moment of your life. Devotion makes you aware of this. And he goes on to tell a story. And in the end it says, we are always trying to mimic those who we consider to be our mentors or role models. When somebody said something similar 2,000 years ago, it worked for him. And it worked for him because of the fire in his heart, because of the truth that was burning within him, not because of the words that he uttered. There is nothing tame or tepid about devotion. It is not for the lily-livered. It is hot. Devotion scorches. So I just love that he was talking about devotion being directed towards something. It is immaterial and is the same as breath. We are the divine. So the divine working through us is us allowing this experience. A devotee is someone who seeks to explore and experience life as fully as possible and not being cautious to share your loves in fear of hurt, in fear of pain, because this is what's happened before. It's living every moment for the now, for enjoying yourself. You can have joy, you can have fun. Like, that is a big portion of what this is that we're doing. We're here to have joy. We're here to have love. Sure, there's trials. Sure, there's pain. But there is so much more love. And, when we devote our lives to ourselves and finding that love and finding that joy and finding that peace and finding that happiness, we can have a different perspective about this pain and stop living in our victim mentality and live from the victor. You have conquered so much. And when you make the decision to devote your life to finding your joy and your bliss and your happiness, it's as if the universe hears you. It knows when you have made that decision, because things begin to change. They begin to happen when you stop questioning yourself and you become devoted to yourself. The universe hears all of our thoughts, and all of our thoughts are prayers. So when we make the decision and are sure of it in our hearts, it's like so fast that it was like, oh, okay, you sure you deserve this? Okay, here you go. Okay, here you go. I spent months struggling over where I was at in a relationship where I knew that I could learn from it, and I did learn from it, but that wasn't my bliss. That wasn't my happiness. And when I made the decision to say, you know what, I would rather have peace in my heart than struggle over if this is right for me, because my heart was telling me it wasn't. And when I finally listened and I finally said, okay, if you have something for me, universe, that's cool. If not, that's cool. That's when they were like, okay, you know. And over a year ago, I'd written down what I wanted in a partner, the things that my heart desired. And, you know, the last relationship wasn't everything, and it wasn't exactly what my heart desired, but I needed to go through that experience. I needed to have that so that I could decide, and I could realize that I didn't want to compromise myself, and I wanted to devote my life to myself so that I could be my greatest good for everyone, for the world. And so the universe answered and brought back what many of you may know as a twin flame. And it is crazy, it's amazing, and it's awesome, and it's the most comfortable space and love that I've ever been in. But we each had to go our separate ways for a while to realize that we needed to devote our lives to ourselves before we could devote them to each other and be the best us for ourselves so that we could be the best us for each other. And it came like literally weeks after I made the decision to devote my life to myself and my happiness. And I didn't have like a clear story or plan of what that was going to look like. I just knew that's what I wanted. I stopped being like, this is what I need in this person, and it's going to be with this person. Or, you know, in my last relationship, why can't we just fix this because this is where I'm at? But the universe said that's not where you want to be at. That's not where your heart desires. And when you figure it out and when you make that decision, we will answer. And we've been answering you the whole time. So devote yourself to your happiness and your joy, and watch the universe work. Like, bam, okay. But you have to believe it. And, you know, there's paths, there's things that you have to go through, sure, before you get on that or before you believe that, and just enjoy those as well. And devote your time to those and be like, okay, this is where I'm at now. Everything beautiful, everything we create is in the now. It's how are you feeling now? What am I doing now? And to constantly be aware of, you know, what are you devoting your time to all day long? What thoughts are you devoting your time to? What are you paying attention to? This is how we manifest and we bring things to us. And it comes when we make the decision that we know who we are. We know what we want. And we know that we're not going to settle for anything less than devoting everything that we have to ourselves and our joy and our happiness and our love. Because then once we know who we are and we have that devotion, out to everyone else it goes. Everyone around you will know that they can feel it, they can see it, they can sense it. And the universe always answers everything that we ask. So be a devotee to yourself and make that decision and watch in amazement how quickly some of these answers are going to come to you, how quickly it will change when you've made this decision that you will allow the universe to bless you, because you are worthy, you are beautiful, you are wonderful, you are strong, you are one perfectly beautiful masterpiece, part of this great whole universe. We're all parts of it. So make that decision. And if you resonated with this video and you'd like to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. And on the bottom is, in the description, is all the other ways that you can get in touch with me if you're interested in working with me on any level, or just checking out my Facebook page. I also do a weekly Wednesday Love Live from there. Eventually I'm going to be switching it to my YouTube. But right now, this is just how it's been going. I've been doing it for, I think, about a year through the Facebook. So I love you all, and remember that you are eternally adored.